Al-Moshadani is the new Speaker of the Iraqi Parliament. Quote, Mahmoud Daoud Salman Musa al-Moshadani, May 20, 1948. An Iraqi politician and the first Speaker of the Iraqi Parliament, after the US invasion of the country. He chaired the Iraqi Council of Representatives from 2006 to 2009, and was elected again today, October 31, 2024. He was also elected President of the Arab Parliamentary Union in 2008. Mr. Sami said all branch bank managers have gone through and now completed international service standards in banking reforms as of yesterday morning. Frank, why? Because of the float. You have to have a new exchange rate if you're going to float it. We know that rates on the redemption center screen are populating, and that means they're going up, and we know that we have fixed rates on the bank screens. The redemption center screens are what we're going to work off of, and it's going to be, I think the rates themselves will be so good, it'll blow us away, especially the contract rate on the Iraqi dinar. They should offer that to us, not at the banks, but only at the redemption centers. My gut is screaming that under the distraction of this election that the whole world is watching, they are going to pull the trigger. That's what my gut is saying. I sure hope I'm right this time. They are so close. Our elections, we're down to what, 5 days? These 5 days will be concentrated with so many concluding thoughts. These remaining days of 2024 are so concentrated on the monetary reform policy. Parliament reveals the secrets of 6 qualitative strikes against currency counterfeiting networks in Iraq. Some sources want US to look at today for a possible release. We shall see. Some banks and 3 letters are expecting to see some action in the morning at opening time. We shall see. I'm expecting the rest of my miracle, any day now. Any hour now. Well, really, in a few hours. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I am about to see a SHO enough RV, and I know I like it. We know Iraq relies too much on oil revenues for their money. At one time 96% of their budget relied on oil. I think it's down to 89%. Doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that's a major jump for Iraq in the non-oil sector. The more they can get away from relying so much on oil, the better off they are. The Development Road project is going to be a biggie to help them generate a lot more non-oil revenue. Hours before the session, Sovereignty settles his position and satisfied Moshadani as Speaker of Parliament. There is a few more rubber stamps to finish, but we have a new Speaker of Parliament that has been agreed to. This is a big development in Iraq. They are about to open many hundreds of ATM exchange centers outside of Iraqi borders. We call them currency exchange centers. Aki owns 90 of these centers. It is not him by himself. Aki is part of a conglomerate. His business partners, there's 18 of them, they own 90 of these currency exchange centers around the world. The exchange centers are under the control of the GOI and CBI. They both control the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar. They talked about the deletion of the zeros project on the television today. Frank, the monetary reform education is very loud. It's coming to you at an increased speed. So much is being thrown at you to prepare you. Again, I strongly feel this year, not next year. I don't want to exaggerate, but it's almost to the point that every day they are explaining to you Iraqi citizens why that are lifting the 3 zeros to give you purchasing power to your currency. This is a dream come true. This is a fantastic article. The governor of the central bank reveals important figures on Iraq's economy and foreign reserves. They go into how much currency in circulation today, and how much before it was devalued. Revenues are up massively and they can afford an increase in the valuation. Their financial position is beyond strong. Central bank governor, foreign reserves exceeded 140% of local currency issues, which amounts to about 100 trillion dinars, Iraq's external debt currency amounts to only $20 billion. That's very good. Bottom line is they are moving forward. Oil prices continued their gains during early Friday trading, jumping by more than $1 per barrel, reducing their weekly losses after reports that Iran is preparing to launch a strike in response to Israel from Iraqi territory in the coming days. Brent crude futures, whose January contract began trading, rose $1.31, or 1.80%, to $74.12 a barrel by 0128 GMT. U.S. West Texas Intermediate, WTI, crude futures rose $1.35, or 1.95%, to $70.61 a barrel after settling 0.95% higher in the previous session, Reuters data showed. Israeli intelligence indicates that Iran is preparing to attack Israel from Iraqi territory in the coming days, perhaps before the upcoming U.S. presidential elections on November 5, according to what the Axios website reported yesterday, Thursday, citing two unnamed Israeli sources. The Axios report added that the attack is expected to be carried out from Iraq using a large number of drones and ballistic missiles. The report stated that the attack being carried out by pro-Iranian factions in Iraq may be an attempt by Tehran to avoid another Israeli attack on strategic targets in Iran.